Knicks Deli edition, baby. When Michael Jordan sat silently at the apex of basketball's Mount Olympus for the better part of 2 decades, he was watching LeBron James chase his ghost. And it wasn't passivity, it was patience. While LeBron gathered points, teams, super teams, endorsements, movies, podcasts, talk shows, tweets, MJ remained in the shadows like a calculating king on a chessboard, knowing exactly when to make his move. And now, in a twist that's poetic as a fadeaway, a jumper over Craig Elo, he reportedly agreed to become an NBA commentator, flanked by fellow Team Jordan alumni, Jamal Crawford, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter. Let that sink in. The GOAT, yes, the GOAT, is finally entering the court of public opinion. And he's not alone. He's flanked by trusted lieutenants. Style, charisma, basketball genius, and the glow of Jordan brand? Check. Storytelling chops from every angle on the court? Check. Cultural cachet from every era? Check. Checkmate. Let's talk about why. Let's talk about the win and what this really means in the war that has quietly been waged for 25 years. Not just on the court, but in the hearts and the minds of the basketball world. A war largely orchestrated by Klutch Sports because they've held the reins. It's been Klutch Media. For years now, Klutch Sports has been more than just an agency. It's been a media arm. It's been a narrative factory and a calculated campaign designed to enshrine LeBron James, not as just one of the greatest, but as the greatest. Rich Paul didn't just broker deals, he cultivated influence. The Shop, Uninterrupted, More Than an Athlete, all player empowerment mantras, anonymous GM quotes about LeBron's fearless IQ. We saw the playbook. In 2020, ESPN had Brian Windhorst. He was basically Klutch's embedded journalist. The Ringer ran glowing piece after glowing piece about LeBron's longevity. Twitter bots spat out metrics like LeBron has played 17,000 more minutes than Jordan. Therefore, he's the GOAT. It was saturation. Klutch didn't just want to win the GOAT debate. They wanted to bury Jordan as dusty footage and 90s nostalgia. And for a while, it was working. You have a lot of these young fans who don't have any desire to do research, who never saw MJ play. They began talking that talk, spitting gospel, talking points like it was gospel. Jordan didn't face any real competition. He played against plumbers. LeBron is more complete. Jordan didn't win without Pippen. LeBron is a better human being. The media flooded all of that. LeBron didn't need 6 rings. He had 6 documentaries and a podcast. By sheer repetition, a perception became a consensus, or at least that was the plan. And then this man goes and drops The Last Dance. The mid-series gambit was dropped. The pandemic showed up. Sports paused. Netflix played. The Last Dance dropped a nuclear bomb in the middle of Klutch's PR campaign. I was loving every moment of it. Jordan reminded everyone who he was and who LeBron was not. You could see it in the ratings, in the memes, in the uncomfortable silence that was Klutch's camp. For 10 straight episodes, Jordan owned the narrative without ever once calling himself the GOAT. He just showed it. Intensity, dominance, swagger, pacing around a hotel room like a caged lion before dropping 40 on Gary Payton's face, laughing off Isaiah Thomas with unfiltered disgust. No ring chasing, no super teams, no passive aggressive tweets, just winning. That wasn't just nostalgia, it was a warning shot. Because that documentary proved something terrifying for Team LeBron. MJ could step into any arena of media, anytime. And when he did, he wouldn't need a script. He just need a microphone. That is it, plain and simple. Now, that moment seems to be upon us. Michael Jordan is rumored to be stepping into the commentator's booth. And this has been confirmed. This isn't just about calling games. This is media warfare. Who's coming with him? Not just yes men, Jamal Crawford, street ball smooth assassin who knows every player's bag, Carmelo Anthony, Olympic legend, media darling, cultural icon, LeBron's friend, Vince Carter, Skywalker, ESPN veteran, credibility across generations. And guess what else? Guess what else they all have in common? They're all Team Jordan. This is more than commentary. It's the new formation of a new media nucleus. One with MJ at the center. A voice the culture respects and that even younger generations will recognize once it's given airtime. Your days are numbered. Unlike LeBron's ventures, which sometimes feel overly produced and self-important, Jordan's squad will come off authentic, incisive, competitive, cool. And unlike Klutch, objective. When Jordan breaks down film, it won't be filtered through Rich Paul's godification initiative. When Melo talks about scoring, he'll remind people what isolation buckets really look like. When Vince Carter compares dunks, he'll say what everyone else was afraid to. Nobody did it like Mike. And when Jamal Crawford discusses handles, he'll praise Kyrie, but he'll name Jordan as the guy who did it when it mattered the most. And then there's some calling up to the congregation. Some respect has to be put on Kobe's name. Now, we must talk about a growing, unsettling wrinkle, Klutch's recent interest in rewriting Kobe Bryant's legacy. LeBron fans have suddenly pivoted to ranking Kobe 6th or lower. TikTok talking heads push narratives like Kobe was inefficient, or he had Shaq, or he was never the best player in the league. Some LeBron stans even say Steph Curry has passed him. It's gotten weird at this point. You gotta ask yourself, why the erasure? Simple. Kobe was the bridge, the link between Jordan and LeBron, and he leaned heavily towards MJ. Same moves, same fadeaway, same killer instinct. And most threatening to Klutch, Kobe had 5 rings and never joined a super team. To make LeBron's case, they needed to dismantle Kobe. And Jordan sees this. And Kobe's legacy is personal for MJ. He called Kobe his little brother. Don't think for a second MJ hasn't watched this slow media erasure of being with the fury of a man who once dropped 38 with the flu. Don't think for a second. By re-entering the media game, Jordan is defending both his throne and Kobe's legacy. Trust my words, a shift in the media wind is coming. Because here's the most intriguing part. The tide is turning. LeBron fatigue is starting to settle in. The constant control of the narrative, the stat padding, the GOAT tweets is starting to wear thin, especially as Bron's twilight stretches on. His team building habits seem to keep sabotaging potential. People see through it. The cries, oh, he's 39, feel like what they are, an excuse right now, not a reason. Meanwhile, Jordan's mystique is growing again. Gen Z is starting to find him via The Last Dance. Kobe's loyalists are louder than ever. Jordan's retros sell out before they even hit the shelves. And now MJ will have a microphone. Now MJ will have an audience again, a platform. Are you serious? Finally, the Jordan side of the conversation is a voice in the room. Imagine a moment during a playoff game. Jamal Crawford says, look, This guy's nice, but that's a foul every time in the 90s. And then if it pans over to Melo, Melo says, MJ would have taken that personally. And then Jordan sitting there laughing, he's like, man, in my day I've dropped 40 before halftime, and told them about it all the way up and down the court. And then the internet goes crazy, explodes. It's not going to take long. The media bias that's tilted towards LeBron for 2 decades, it's about to snap back like a rubber band. Because when MJ speaks, people don't just listen, they believe. It's about to get crazy. The league is legitimately changing. The king moved too early. The GOAT moves last. LeBron tried to win the game by making himself omnipresent. Player, GM, producer, activist, voice of a generation, media mogul. He moved his pieces early and he moved them often. Jordan, he watched, he waited, and now he's about to speak for real. And like a perfectly timed backdoor cut or a turnaround fadeaway from the elbow, is going to look effortless and unstoppable. Klutch controlled the media board for 25 years. Michael Jordan just leaned in and whispered, "Your move." MJ 1, Klutch 0. I'm not even an MJ fan, but I'm here for all that smoke. What say you? Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to life that applies to our team. If there is no struggle, there's no progress. But also remember this, whether it's out there in the real world or here in these YouTube streets, here in Knicks Deli, hey, MJ's about to eat. I'm your boy Shia, and I'm here for it. Peace.